Hey Talk Nation, how's it going? Welcome to episode 9 of Saturday Night Talk Pro Wrestling. I'm your host, Nathan. If you're a new viewer on YouTube or Facebook Watch, why should you check out this show? Because I talk about how wrestling is, I criticize it, I'm real and I'm uncensored, I don't suck up like Dave Meltzer and those other guys do. I am a real voice of wrestling. I will say my opinion, how I feel, and everything. So if you like that type of podcast and review, then you have to check out the show. This is must see. Anyways, let's get into the indies. So if you haven't heard or you haven't watched my last episode, Impact Wrestling is getting a television deal with Access TV. Anyways, they were on, Don and Scott were on Talk is Jericho. You can get the podcast on Apple Podcasts. It's in your app section. And they were talking about how they struggled to wait for this deal and stuff. My opinion on them, they came off like really arrogant to me. Like they were saying, oh, they're going to turn the product around once they get this TV deal. Well, like, I've heard this for the last 3 years. Like, 2 years ago when they were on Chris Jericho, they were saying, oh, we're going to turn Impact around. Well, 2 years later, they haven't done anything. Honestly, they've made it worse. Like, they lost Pop, and they didn't lose Pop because it was an entertainment channel. They lost it because they weren't getting any views, and Pop canceled them. Like, just say it how it is, because their viewership was dropping from, like, 300,000 to 100,000. That's why they got the later time slot, and then they officially got canceled in January. So they ended up then on Pursuit, which was an independent channel that had barely nothing. So their viewership, they lost nearly 100,000 again, and then they went to 10,000 views. So you saw, like, how this has gone and stuff. What's really on it is, why don't they prove that they're good and stuff, and stop saying, oh, we're going to do this and stuff, because they haven't done it yet. So prove that you're going to turn the product around. The only two, to be honest, where I could think they can draw ratings, which is Brian Cage and Tessa Blanchard. They're the only two I see on the roster that they can draw ratings with. Like, they have nobody, honestly. And then now they're competing with AEW, which they have a new show name, which I'm going to mention later. So yeah, like now they're competing against that, and they're competing against like WWE, which is a terrible product that I have to talk about later too. Yay. Yeah, so like in my opinion, just prove it. To me, they just came off arrogant. Chris Jericho, like, just says they're good because it's his friends. It's just political again. Like, you can tell he's not going to say they did a bad job because it's his friends, obviously. Like, to me, just prove it. Like, they're going to have to, when they go on that network, they're probably going to be back where they were at Pop at 200,000 views. How do they plan to grow from 200,000 views to 1 million? That's my question. Like, what marketing strategies are they going to use? Are they going to start a streaming network too? Because they have one in Canada with Fight Network, which is like $4 you have to pay, and then you watch it, I believe, or it's just on cable, but they can make it into a screening network. So that's what they're probably going to have to do. Like, how are they going to get people to the show? That's my honest question. Anyways, yeah, I'm going to get into NXT and the debut on the it's called the Developmental Program or so. I'm going to get really watch NXT because I didn't find it really that good. And the thing I don't understand is, like, NXT is supposed to be a place where they build you up to eventually be on Raw and SmackDown. But Raw and SmackDown are terrible, and NXT, like, seems like it's competing against Raw. It doesn't make any sense. Like, it's an developmental program. Anyways, they did debut with strong ratings. They had 1.2 million. I predicted about 600,000 to 900,000, so I was pretty close. I do think it's going to drop once they go against AEW. I think people are going to pick AEW over NXT. Like, that's a no-brainer. So, like, honestly, they had a brawl and stuff. I don't really care, to be honest, the truth. I don't love the WWE product. Speaking of WWE, I guess I'll start to get into Raw, but that's what I feel about NXT. To be honest with you about this Monday Night Raw, I was really bored through it. I had to watch their, like, Night of Champions, and that pay-per-view was terrible. I did review Night of Champions. Just go on my channel, then go down, you'll find it. So you can check that out. It was a pretty good review, but it was a pretty boring product, Raw. Like, I was like having a meltdown through it. It was insulting my intelligence. It was terrible, and I didn't even want to watch it, to tell you the honest truth. I'm honestly getting to the point I may take it off because I just don't enjoy it, and that's just going to be my reaction every week. I just don't like it. So Yeah, anyways, that's how I felt about WWE Raw this week. It was terrible and stuff. So, anyways, I'll get into the beginning of Raw. Started off with Bobby Roode, Dolph Ziggler. They did nothing with their music. They didn't come out with suits. They didn't look cocky. They did completely nothing. This was a championship ceremony with the... I don't know why the Arrival was there. They didn't need them to be there. They should have just did Ziggler and Dolph. Like, why couldn't they have come out with a lot of girls and stuff and then come out, like, maybe have champagne and party and do something cool? Like, why did it have to be, like, this boring-ass thing, and then Braun Strowman comes out and then takes them out and stuff? Like, it was completely terrible. Like, no creativity. It was just a stupid way to start Raw off, honestly, in my opinion. Anyways, I'll move on to the next one. Styles had a match, I think, with Alexander or so, and then the club or whatever came out and attacked the Alexander guy. Then the Falcon Warriors came out, then it turned into a brawl. Didn't really care about this. Then AJ Styles ends up doing his move. He's phenomenal, whatever. So yeah, I may have been a tag team match or so. I did not care about this. So yeah, anyways, after that, Kane was on the show because they were in Nashville. So they went to like something like a Nash Coliseum or so. I already knew what was coming. He was gonna win the title eventually later on. I knew that was coming. So yeah, didn't really care about that personally, but it was nice to see Kane, I guess. So yeah, anyways, after that, it was, Barry Corgan and, the other guy, Gabriel, or so. I knew Barry Corgan was gonna win, because I had a feeling he was gonna be the king of the ring, so I knew that was gonna happen, so it wasn't unexpected. I don't know why they didn't make him, like, do his royal thing right there. Honestly, I think it was, in my opinion, the worst King of the Ring tournament in WWE history. Like, there was no class to it, and there was just nothing great about it. Yeah, anyways, I'll move on to the next one. Then we got to the worst clip I've ever seen since I started watching wrestling early this year, and it was the baby and boy angle. This was so fucking, oh my god, excuse my language, it was so fucking stupid and assaulting your intelligence. It's just the way they did it. Like, if they done it with Classby, showing them getting married, and then they had a boy, like, if they done it better, but it was just the way they did it. It was so cheesy. It was stupid. It was the dumbest thing I've ever seen in my life. Like, who wrote this? Was it Jeff Jarrett or Bruce Britt? Oh, I thought these guys were supposed to be great and creative guys. Well, this is what you're getting, so enjoy. Honestly. And then Eric Bischoff was taking over SmackDown. I've seen no improvements. Like, have you seen any improvements with Paul Heyman running this show? Like, this is the shit you're getting. And then she goes out in the ring, and then it's like Russo, which makes no sense because Russo's married to Lana. And then there was the Ricochet thing. It was horrible. I don't even want to talk about this. Like, it's a waste of my time. Yeah, I guess I'll move on to the next one, but this was so freaking stupid and ridiculous. Ugh. Like, they need to stop this programming at this point. Like, it's getting so freaking bad. Honestly, WWE's just getting worse and worse. After that, it was Rey Mysterio against Cesaro. It was a pretty good match. Anyways, this was one thing I did like about Raw. They had the ANP. I think it's AOP, like the Authors of Pain. Yeah, so it's probably AOP. I really like these guys. Like, I really like this promo, which I thought it was super great and stuff. It was a really good promo. Like, this was one thing on Raw I really loved. I thought it was, like, really bad. I really like these two. I heard they were kicked out of WWE because they did something bad, and then they were brought back. I don't know what they did, but that's what I always hear. Why they haven't been on WWE. They did something bad or so. Anyways, after that, it was Becky Lynch or so, and then the chair came out with Charlotte and stuff, and then, yeah, there was chairs flying back between Charlotte, Bayley, and Becky Lynch. So yeah, that happened. Anyways, I'll move on to the next. And there was Sasha again. Sasha asked for a Hell in the Cell match. So I was like, yeah, I knew that was gonna happen with Bayley. So that she accepted, and that happened. Then we had Lisa Evans against I don't know who this other girl was. I don't even know her name. I don't know who she was. And she beat the crap out of her, and she showed off the show. I like Lisa Evans. I think she looks like a star. I think they just need to do something with her. They probably will fail at that too. Anyways, then we got to the main event, and then Kane ended up coming out and interfering. This was the part I liked about the show, because Bray Wyatt came out and he took out Kane, and then he went after Seth Rollins. Seth Rollins looks scared shitless. I really like Bray Wyatt. I would love to see him to be Universal Champion. I probably don't think that's going to happen, because it's going to be, I beat the Lesnar, which was a joke. I beat the Monster, which is a joke, and he's going to beat the Demon. So that's probably what's going to happen. Honestly, I went quick through Raw because I just really didn't care about it this week. It was terrible. Anyways, with Bray Wyatt, I would love to see them eventually bring out, like, Sister Abigail. I really hope they bring out an actual wrestler like Sister Abigail. I think that would be a cool way for him to win the title. They're not going to do this, though, where she comes in, takes Seth Rollins out, and then Bray Wyatt wins the world title. I think that would be a cool ending. Also, like, he hypnotized children and stuff. Like, have you seen Paranormal Activity where children are, like, the demon and stuff? Would they not do that, or would that be, like, too extreme? Like, make demon children and stuff, and they, like, bother Seth Rollins? Like, they chase them around the arena or so, like, they're demon and stuff, and they're, like, ghosts. I think that would be a cool idea, but they probably would not do it. Because, again, it's WWE. They have no creative mindset. So, yeah, that's where I would go with the storyline continuing forward, because we are heading into Halloween soon. So, yeah, that's where I would go. Anyways, I want to get into SmackDown. SmackDown wasn't as brutal. It did start off with Randy Orton and The Arrival or so, and the New Day. Honestly, I didn't care about Orton and stuff, and then the Rival was okay. The New Day, I think, ended up winning the match. So, yeah, that happened. Brock Lesnar came out. So predictable. They're just doing this because they're worried about the Fox debut, and they want to get ratings. I don't think Lesnar's going to win the WWE title. If Kingston beats Lesnar, I'm going to throw up. Like, it's a complete freaking joke. What was with Lesnar, too? Was he, like, in the Bahamas? Like, he was barely shaved? He looked like he was on a vacation. I don't doubt him because he gets paid millions of dollars to do nothing for WWE. So, like, I don't doubt him. I would do that. He just shows up once in a while. So, yeah. Anyways, I don't think he's going to win the world title. Either Orton's probably going to interfere. Or, yeah, or another situation they could do, which a match I would love to see, would be Lashley against Lesnar. Lashley comes out and he takes out Lesnar. That's the only match that I would want to really see with Lesnar at this point, because they've run him to the ground. He's getting literally stale now, in my opinion. That's the only thing I would want. It's Ricochet against that, like, Mark kind of wrestler. Ricochet ends up winning. I do like Ricochet as Intercontinental Champion. He comes off as a star to me. I think he's great in this position. So I hope they keep the title with him long. And I like Sami Zayn with him. So I think that's great and stuff. So that part I do like. So there's one thing I actually do like. Anyways, Kevin Owens ended up going into the crowd. And then Shane McMahon was showing a lawsuit thing. And then Shane McMahon ends up going in the ring. He calls Kevin Owens out. Kevin Owens comes in the ring. And then he says he has something on him, which he'll end up fired. I know where this is going. It's probably going to be a match in the cell. And then the winner will end up have to leave. Whoever loses ends up leaving WWE. I think they should get rid of Shane because he's useless. So hopefully that's what happens. And then, yeah, they move forward with that. Hopefully. They had Ric Flair and Charlotte, and then they had I don't understand why Ric Flair didn't come out and be like her manager through the match. Like, just sit there and be out. And then when Bayley came out and interfered, why didn't they have Ric Flair coming forward and saying back off and stuff, and then doing like that and stuff, and he protects her? And so I don't know why they couldn't have done that. Then they brought out the other girl. Like, it made no complete sense. Like, why didn't they bring out Ric Flair? Like, did you guys figure that out? Like, he was backstage. So, I don't know. Like, I don't get their thinking, honestly. Then we had Barry Corgan's King of the Ring ceremony. I thought this should have been on Raw. Anyways, Gable ends up coming out, and then he told them, it was kind of funny. He said he would end up he comes up short because he's short. I thought that was funny stuff. I like Barry Corgan as a heel. I think he's great and stuff. So yeah, I think that stuff is great and stuff. Anyways, then there was the Heavy Machinery. I love these guys. I think they're a great character and stuff. I think they're super funny. I'm hoping they're eventually going to be tag team champions because I want to see more of them because they're great and they're entertaining. So yeah, anyways, I'll get into the main event. Brian come out fronting that guy, Aaron Warren's. Luke Harper came out and attacked him. Then Roman Reigns came out and then they started trashing the place. I didn't care for this because we have so many stables now in WWE. It's just ridiculous. And I don't know. I don't care about this. Like, I do think they should make Daniel Bryan a face because I don't think the heel thing was working. So they can maybe turn him back to normal. So yeah. Anyways, that was SmackDown. If you can see, I was rushing through. I just didn't want to talk about it this week. It was freaking horrible. Like, I was having a meltdown of anger because it was insulting my intelligence, this product. It was so freaking bad. Anyways, yeah, I'm going to talk about AEW. If you haven't seen the road to the AEW, they have announced today that they are calling the show Dynamite, which is a super cool name. I can't wait till the show debuts because I want to see two wrestling companies. I hope they kick WWE's butt because I'm tired of WWE's product being so bad, and maybe if they drop to number 2, they will start learning their lesson. I don't think they will, but hopefully they can start doing that. Anyways, this is Saturday Night Talk Pro Wrestling episode 9. I hope you enjoyed it. But that's how I honestly feel. I can't wait for All Elite Wrestling. Matt Jacob III is super great too as a heel. Like, he gets it, man, as a heel. Like, he's a douchebag. But anyways, yeah, what do you think of him and stuff? You can let me know down below. Anyways, thanks for watching. Hey, Talk Nation, how is it going? And if you're a new viewer, I want you to let me know, did you click this video for AEW? If you can give me 20 likes, I want to try something new. I want to see if you guys are more interested in AEW. Give me about 20 likes. Just 20 likes. I don't know, you're more interested in AEW. This WWE product is God. Oh, it's god awful. Anyways, if you're looking for TV views, pro wrestling, yeah, pretty much everything to do with entertainment, please check out my channel. Please subscribe because I'm currently at 8 subscribers. I'd like to move up to 100. If you really like this channel, please subscribe because it'll help me with supporting and getting this channel off the ground. Anyways, yeah, again, thank you for watching. Remember to subscribe, and yeah, hopefully you guys can try to see that out. I want to see if you guys are more into AEW or not. Anyways, thank you for watching again, and peace out, Talk Nation.